Morning, friends. Welcome to the farm. Cheers, nice early cup of coffee. That noise that you're hearing in the background is the farmers burning cane. They get up nice and early. That's what we wake up to in the morning. Well, anyway, it's Monday. And yeah, I started another week. I'm gonna knock it on the head this week. Got a lot to do. I was going to talk about politics, and my wife has rapped me on the knuckles and said I'm not allowed to talk about politics. There was a little subject that I was leading on to from last week, but anyway, can't really do that. So we'll have to change it. So what I thought about yesterday, so I was going through a couple of videos, and I was looking at the Penwell show. And the Penwell chap, he initially, when I first saw his videos, I really digged them. He was good. He had a new insight, fresh, and he was ready to build the country and everything. And then after the EFF started losing power, he started changing his tune, because he was obviously EFF, and he was like really bitter that the EFF was, crashing, which there has been party. Obviously we knew they would never really go anywhere because of those stupid ideologies. I know I'm talking politics, but getting to a point. But he brought me on to privilege, because they've been talking a lot, and there's a lot of talk about privilege. And in South Africa, the old talk, and I see across the states, they talk about privilege the whole time, about white privilege. I used to call it previously advantaged, and now we currently disadvantaged. But where's the privilege really lie? Is the privilege, because there's now clearly in South Africa there's a black privilege. So I've just woken up, so I'm falling over my own tongue. But there is a black privilege for sure. So and there used to be a white privilege. But where does that leave the colours and the Indian oaks and or should we even be asking that question? As long as there's a privilege, so in other words, as long as the laws are still in place that promote privilege, like BE, affirmative action, as long as those things are still in place, and surely the privilege is still there. So they just changed the privilege around. So it used to be white privilege, now it's black privilege, and it's a pretty dominant one at the moment. But isn't that unfair? Isn't that unfair on the coloured people or the Indian people? That there's now a privilege. We know it's unfair to the whites, okay? We know, because just like the Germans are hated to this day, we know that we'll always be hated because of what our forefathers did. Okay, we know that. But why do the Indians and the blacks have to have the same? Why do they get left out? You know what I'm saying? Why do they get the same hatred we get? It doesn't seem fair. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for today. Why do we have privilege, and why do we have black race laws? Okay, it was political, I guess, in a way. But it isn't really political, is it? Or is it politically incorrect? Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me through all that noise. It's getting bigger, the flames. Check it out. The dogs don't like it. Have a good Monday, folks.